Hello my fellow family, foodie friends, it's Jackie and welcome back to my week 7 update. I have been fasting now for 7 weeks and I'm excited to share with you guys how this past week has gone. I am sharing something that's making me feel really good, and as someone that loves to eat, that's why I wanted to come to you guys. I know it doesn't seem... I'm going to continue to share recipes. I'm going to continue to share what I'm buying at the grocery store. I'm going to continue to enjoy loving food, but this is just a different way that I'm enjoying food, and that's why I'm going to continue sharing it with you guys. And I hope you stick around on that journey because I love to eat. I'm going to continue to love to eat. I will never stop loving to eat, but I get to do it in a more healthy, wholesome way for myself. And I hope that if I get to share this journey with you, that maybe some of you will be inspired to do the same thing because it's exciting. So this week has been not super impressive as far as numbers go, but the cool thing about it is I still feel really good, and it doesn't even deter me from continuing to go forward. I not only feel phenomenal while fasting, it is so easy to implement that even if I don't have like astronomical changes, I'm not even slightly encouraged to stop. So just saying that feels like a major win, because if I'm not feeling like I need to stop or that this isn't working for me, I'm excited about it. So because my numbers aren't super exciting, I'll start with those really quick. So week 7, my average weight came out to 172.83 pounds. If you remember from week 6, my average was 172.89 pounds. So it's almost exactly the same. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed because I feel like I had better progress than that. But if you read Jin's book, she says that you cannot rely just on the scale. Think of how your clothes fit. Think of inches lost, which I did lose 1.9 inches altogether when I measured all my entire body. I still was losing inches. And give yourself a reality check with how your clothes fit. I have nightgowns that I have worn every summer for years, and I put one on last night and I was like, oh my gosh, this thing is loose. And that's exciting because for a little while it kind of looked like a maternity top on me. So I know there are changes happening. And even though I don't have the astronomical numbers, you can see here's my weight every single day for this week. It is not deterring me from continuing, because if I can feel great and still only lose 0.06 pounds a week, I guess I would still do it. Like, I want to feel good, and I have no guilt over anything that I ate. I didn't feel oppressed. I didn't feel like I was dieting, and that is really exciting to me, that I can not have significant changes but still feel super encouraging. And as you can see, my entire trend since I've started tracking is definitely going down, and that's exciting to me. And if you remember, I didn't start using the Renfro app until 4 weeks into fasting, so this is just for my first 3 weeks of tracking my daily weight. I am a complete data person. I love data. I love having it. I like having the support and knowing where I was at a certain point in time. So if you're not a data person, the Renfro app and the fasting app may not be for you, but for me, it is super encouraging. I'm also going to share with you my fasting window right here. And I average 23.6 hours fasting a day. And that might sound like I only had 0.4 hours, which is less than 30 minutes of eating every day. That is totally off, because in my window, I had a 42-hour fast, and that throws the average off, of course. I did once again skip an entire day of eating, and I did that because the day that was my up day. So a down day is when you fast the entire day, and an up day is after you fast the day before. I was able to eat whenever I wanted. I didn't plan on going 42 hours, but right when I planned on eating, the bakery we went to, I was visiting my mom. So I wanted to just basically be able to do whatever I wanted that day. We were going to go to a bakery and walk through antique stores, which is something that we love to do. They were closed. So I just went shopping, and I didn't have a headache. I didn't have anything that I had, you know, the woozy feeling that I had to eat something really quick. I felt fine. So we just went through the antique stores and enjoyed the company, and I didn't need the food to make it happy, but it also helped me get the longest fast I've ever had. And I was super proud of myself. So once again, I had my Jackie record-setting fast of 42.5 hours. And I don't think I'll compete against that for a while. I didn't plan on doing an all-day fast, but once I had the opportunity to visit my mom, I really just wanted the whole day to be able to, if we wanted to snack and watch a movie or go get a donut at that bakery or whatever we wanted to do, it just sounded fun to have the options. So I challenged myself the day before, and I got to have the up day the next day. However, I will say that I have found, I would prefer to just open my window, I think, earlier in the day and close it earlier and just kind of have my same window. The down day, up day approach is something that I'll definitely keep in my toolbox, but it's not something I'm gonna have weekly. But I said that last week, and I said that in week 6, and what do you know, it was in week 7. So maybe it's something I'll use more frequently than I thought. But once again, fasting for 42 hours did not faze me physically. I was definitely hungry at the end, but I wasn't ravenous, like, oh, I need to eat, my head hurts. And I've always been someone that if I go too long without eating, I get the headache, and eating is something that's going to help me. But I don't do that anymore because I got through the beginning of my fasting, the transition, and I feel really good now when I fast. So you'll see, it does look like I fasted a lot each day, but the 42 hours definitely throws off my average. One thing that I want to talk about that I haven't mentioned in my weekly updates yet is body recomposition. This is not a term that I came up with. Again, the Fast Feast Repeat book is what I've read, written by Jen Stevens. She has a Facebook community, and what I'm doing for intermittent fasting is based on her recommendations. So what I'm sharing with you guys is my experience, and it's definitely not something that I came up with. So what I'm about to talk about is not my words. I'm sharing with you my experience with it. So even though I didn't lose a lot of weight this week, I'm not worried about it. One thing that I think is a contributing factor to that is I did a lot of physical labor this week. We are doing a lot of work around our pool. We had 10 cubic yards of mulch delivered, and if you've never seen 10 cubic yards of mulch, here's a picture after I've already wheelbarrowed like 20 hauls of it away. And it's a lot. It is a ton of mulch, and it's so much that we had many neighbors like commenting like, oh wow, what are you guys doing? But we put it in all new gardens that we have around our pool, actually just mulch gardens really. And then I had hand dug out with a shovel an entire garden. I started that in week 6. I finished it in week 7, but I was digging out our grass and I was hauling away dirt. We were putting bricks in and replanting and digging holes for new plants, and then putting the mulch in and moving mulch all over our yard. And that was a lot of physical labor, and I normally don't work that physical. So I feel like I definitely probably gained some muscle during this past week in week 7. And when your body is burning its own fuel sources, you are also producing human growth hormone. And the way that Jen kind of described this in a book that made real sense to me is your body can make its own muscle even if you're not pumping iron. And it's hard to kind of get that at first because you think, you know, you need to go to the gym and be a bodybuilder and do all this stuff. But she mentions in toddler, like think of a toddler, they grow and they get more muscle as they get older without pumping iron or working out. And it's because your body, the younger you are and the less that you've conditioned your body to bad habits, the easier it is for you to produce your own human growth hormone. And when you're in autophagy and burning off your own fat and in the fasted state, you are often producing human growth hormone. So if I'm fasted and in a fasting state and I'm doing this physical labor, which I was, I might be increasing my muscle mass. So you can see my biceps, you know, I'm definitely, I mean, I know I still am not like, I'm not going to a bodybuilding competition and gonna blow anyone away. But my muscle mass, like I know, I mean, this is still here, no doubt. But this, I have more defined biceps than I've had in a very long time. And I have muscle definition coming in on my shoulders and my arms. And again, I'm not like impressed. I don't feel like I have impressive muscle mass, but you can see like me working in the yard and doing all this physical labor, I probably was gaining muscle while I was also burning fat, and my scale may not reflect the progress that I have. And that's why I'm like super okay with it. And even if it wasn't because I got more muscle and burned fat at the same time, I'm still okay with the progress that I've had. I'm still okay that I've lost my inches and didn't see a huge dip in the scale because I've had great progress so far. So even if I have a plateau week, or maybe it'll be weeks, we'll see, I'm not gonna, you know, drop this. I feel really good. It's super, super easy to implement into my life, especially now that I got over the first couple day hump. I still love intermittent fasting, and I still, like, I want to tell every single person about it, which is why it was really hard to not make YouTube videos on it and why I'm going to continue. It's kind of disappointing because every single time I make a video, I do lose subscribers, and I like try not to take it personal because I know, like, this is not for everyone. Not everyone wants to hear about a different lifestyle or a choice to make when it comes to diet and eating. But I feel like because I'm someone that so much loves to cook, I love to bake, I love to eat, I like to celebrate with food, I like to eat other people's food, I love going out to eat. All of this stuff is something that's important to me, and anytime that I've at all wanted to be healthier, the diet mindset is awful to me. Like, oh, I can't eat my favorite thing again, or I have to do this, or I have to eat these foods, or I have to cut this out, or I can't go to this restaurant, or I can't enjoy this party like I would because I know I'd enjoy it more if I was snacking, but I don't want to snack. Guess what, guys? Intermittent fasting is allowing me to remove that mental burden because I can choose to have my open windows at all these fun things and then close it all the other times. And I can tell you, most food that I ate on a daily basis wasn't the exciting stuff. But now, because I'm shutting the door to all of that, the things that excite me are what I get to eat. And that is something that's so sustainable, and I'm excited about it. And now I'm going to share with you guys glimpses of what I ate during my windows. So I definitely tried to film more this week because week 6 I realized I just filmed 3 pizza dinners. I only showed you guys 2, but we literally ate pizza 3 times last week and I didn't realize it. So I tried to film more of a variety this week, and that's what you're going to see right now. Okay, I just got done visiting my mom. I ate half of that 12-inch pizza. I will pop a picture up here. It was a dill pickle pizza, something only my mom and I would enjoy together. And now that I'm driving home, McDonald's is offering me a free pie with any purchase. So I got a strawberry cream pie and a black hot coffee, and I will drive home in peace. We are having butter chicken in the Instant Pot. This is probably my favorite dinner, so I saved it for after my all-day fast. I have steamed broccoli and air fryer naan bread. This is such a yummy dinner, and I cannot wait to eat it. And to really take advantage of the up day, we went and got ice cream later that night. Yum. Hey guys, so it's the day after my really long fast window open. So yesterday was my up day, which means I could eat all day long. It was after my 42.5-hour fast, and so I ate a lot more than I have been like the entire last 6 weeks. That made today's fasting a little harder. I don't think up days and down days and then up days are going to be my favorite thing in the world, but it was nice to have like a full day where I could eat when I wanted. But I think for the most part, I'm going to stick with 1 meal a day with like a snack because I just feel like my body really likes that, but it made me hungry today. So right at 18 hours, I opened my snacking window with eggplant dip and crackers. So I'm having a lot of the dip, a little bit of crackers. I don't really care. I just like the dip a lot more. And it's pretty healthy. It's red pepper and eggplant. So that's what I'm starting with, and then I'm going to have dinner. So here's my Asian meets Indian, which I guess is also Asian meal. So I guess my Asian meal, right? I'm breaking my fast today with a big bowl of Raisin Bran Crunch with skim milk. This is a few hours before we'll have dinner, and then my window will probably close right after dinner. So tonight for dinner, after I had my cereal earlier, we went to Moe's. I have their nachos, all right. I have steak nachos full of every veggie that I could get. And I'm having a new sparkling water from Aldi, a new flavor. It's actually really good. So this is my dinner. I'll probably close my window after this. It's definitely fun to focus on foods that I really love during my eating window, and obviously everything's not going to be perfect because there's still going to be times where I make dinner that my family likes more than I like, but to me, having dinner with my family is the most important part of all this. And one of the cool things about intermittent fasting is that I can eat whatever I want. Obviously, the food choices that I make are going to have an impact on my results, but I still am not going to carry guilt. So this week I plan to make elephant ears. If you've never made homemade elephant ears, you need to check out this video where I make homemade carnival food. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao down and ciao.